Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of the Nerdpocalypse Podcast. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Micah.
Hey.
And the return of Terrence. What's up, man?
What's going on?
All right, guys.
Not much.
There's more news. That's changed since the last time you were here, which was like 7 months ago, I think.
Right? Like 2 months.
Has it been 2 months? Wow. Yeah.
Close to it.
Jeez. So for the folks who were wondering, people thought maybe you were dead. Terrence.
I
thought you were in jail because I thought you finally killed somebody. Like, I thought you finally killed that one white person that just did it, and I thought you went to jail.
I thought you were in jail.
That's not quite what happened. It was it was bad, but I'm fine now.
See? Terrence is out of, whatever he wants to refer to as jail, a correctional facility or whatever. But he's back. For the record, Terrence was not in jail before that fucking rumor starts. So
Street cred or whatever. I don't know. Sure, I was in prison.
I was in prison.
I don't fucking know.
Believe in
prison for 2 months.
It was a little crime, but it was real serious.
Sentence.
The judge went lenient on you. So there is actually quite a bit of news this week, which means I assume that the next 7 weeks will have no news. So let's jump right into it. Somebody watched Transformers War for Cybertron Siege. This is on Netflix, right?
Yeah, it's on Netflix. Transformers has like a huge lore.
Yes.
And I think this is the retelling of the final days of the Autobots and the Decepticons on Cybertron before they traveled to Earth. I'm not a Transformers like super fan because I had a dad growing up. And, I mean, that's why people love Optimus Prime, right?
Yeah, that's fucking hilarious.
Wow.
Never heard that
we're really starting off on a high note in this episode.
Well, we got to welcome back Terrence the only way we know how, to be completely like we always are.
Yeah, absolute assholes. Go ahead.
But I like Transformers, right? I think it's cool. And War for Cybertron is this like 3D take on the retelling of that story. It's like elongated, elaborated. This is the first part of a trilogy. It's 6 episodes at 20 minutes apiece. So think 3 2-hour movies, basically. It's not bad, the voice work is okay. It's very like dark and bleak, like people are dying. And
are they using the same voice actor for Optimus Prime as like the classics?
No, he sounds pretty good, but Peter Cullen is the guy that did him originally.
Right.
If you go back to the 80s and listen to Peter Cullen, he's like, he's very spry, right? And then you listen to Peter Cullen in the Michael Bay movies, and he sounds like an old man. So
80.
Yeah, he sounds like an 80-year-old man. So the guy they got to voice Optimus Prime was pretty good, but Optimus Prime is kind of a whack-ass leader, man. Like, he's not
Isn't this before he becomes the leader of the like the true leader of the what are them niggas called?
The Autobots.
The Autobots. Yeah, he's not quite the leader yet. Like I heard, I've seen reviews for this. They said Bumblebee isn't even part of the crew yet.
No, Bumblebee's not an Autobot yet. He's just like an Energon scavenger, right? And you see people like you see how Bumblebee becomes an Autobot, right? You see how Jetfire turns from the Decepticons to the Autobots. You see, and you see all your favorite characters are there, right? And it's pretty good. Look, as a casual Transformers fan, I enjoyed it. I'm sure hardcores will have something to complain about, and I'm sure people who don't really care won't even bother. But I liked it enough to finish it. So,
Okay.
and Starscream is, he's a messy bitch like he always is. And
That's all I need. That's all I want to hear.
Yeah, I love it. Starscream is yeah, yeah. Starscream is a bitch, and I love him for it.
That's fair. Would you recommend this?
Not to y'all.
Okay, thank you. I mean, I just like I don't have a problem with the Transformers. It's just not it was never a thing that I was like hugely into. Like that's just it. Like it's not anything like slamming the franchise or anything. But it's just not something I've been like, wow, I'm a huge Transformers person. I know all the lore or was interested. I just wasn't. So, I watched the trailer for this back when it first dropped, and I was like, okay. I mean, it looks okay. I'm not a huge fan of that 3D design, like to watch for like long periods of time. So that sort of turns me off to it as well. The best Transformer stuff I've seen recently was Bumblebee, the live action movie. I thought was really good. But other than that, okay, that's cool. I'm sure people who like you said, people who are into that franchise will enjoy it to some degree.
Yeah, I think they will. Yeah, that's all I really have to say about Transformers.
Okay.
I saw Harley Quinn, the first season.
I watched the first 2 episodes.
Do you like it?
I do. It's surprisingly.
I think the show is brilliant.
I think, yeah, it has a lot to say about those characters that I was not expecting.
Like, I would put this up there in terms of like voice cast and writing and themes. I'm not being hyperbolic when I say that this is up there with Batman the Animated Series. It's very good, dude.
I was enjoying it. I just started watching it today. I was actually enjoying it quite a lot.
Yeah, like it does the Joker Harley relationship. Like they get that relationship. They
call it
toxic.
out.
Right. They get how toxic and completely fucked up that relationship is.
Yeah.
And that's kind of part of her journey is, to cut the man out of her head, right? To get away from him. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
And like this characterization of the Joker is one of my favorites.
He's a real piece of shit. He's a real piece of shit. Like, they don't really give you the like, hey, like the Joker's crazy, but you love him because he's crazy. You're like, I don't like this nigga, yo. Like, you don't like him. Like, he's not meant to be enjoyed as a character at all. And I really like that about how he's done, because it's unique. It's a unique take.
Yeah, man. It's a very good show. And it makes me wonder why like the DC app thing, like from what I understand, Doom Patrol is very good.
It is.
And this is very good. Like they're really kind of they're 2 for 2 as far as I'm concerned. People don't hate Titans, do they?
I think some people really like it, and then some people think it's overly edgy, like bullshit, right? Like, oh fuck Batman, like I think some people kind of turned off to that.
Well, I guess I haven't seen Titans on HBO Max, so I guess HBO Max is like, we're just gonna take the good stuff from that DC app.
I think that they're going to end up taking Titans, and that's going to be like Titans is the last thing really hanging, the DC universe hanging on. Like they're like, shit, if we lose this is it. Like the party is over. So it'll be there eventually. The one thing I have to say, the one thing I didn't like in the beginning, and it seemed to have kind of slowed down, was as a person who curses like a lot, it felt like almost too much. Like it felt like over the top to be over the top with the cursing in the beginning. I was like, all right, settle down. We get it. It's an edgy cartoon, but they kind of slide away from that by sort of the end of the first episode, which I appreciated.
Yeah, it gets a lot more violent.
Yo, the first episode was super violent.
Yeah, no.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it gets a lot more violent. Like, like, geez, like it gets violent. Like The Boys is violent. You know what I mean?
All right, well, I'm in for this. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm completely surprised by that show. I thought that show was gonna annoy the shit out of me because I'm not like a huge Harley Quinn fan. Like I like the character, but like the way people treat that character, they treat her as just like, oh, she's wacky. Like, nah, yo, she's fucked up. She's fucked up, and she should be a sympathetic character. And they treat her as a sympathetic character who has her own flaws, right? Like, this is a woman who has been dependent on a man for her entire life, and now she is finding her agency, and she realizes that like she's still a messed up person also. Like, it's
right.
I'm very impressed with that show.
You know what I think the difference between that and Doom Patrol, like where I put Doom Patrol in this show versus all the other DC shows that I am not a fan of. These shows are good because they didn't take the CW model. That's it. That's what it is. It is clear that like Doom Patrol is so very different than the CW model for the DC shows. Doom Patrol feels like one of like what you would assume the Marvel TV shows are going to be like on Disney Plus, right? Like they feel like it doesn't feel like it has a massive budget or anything, but it just like the writing is like a real high mark. Like they're taking it very seriously and stuff like that.
It's not a formula.
It's not a formula, right? Where the CW shows all fit the same general formula. And Harley Quinn does not fit that formula at all. Not just because it's animated, but because it's dealing with like way more serious issues. It's also incredibly funny. It's incredibly crass. Like it's incredibly violent. It also gives real time to side characters, and lets them shine in a way that is quite fun to watch. Like Bane is hilarious on that show. Like he's probably my favorite character outside of like Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy. He's really good. Kite Man is really good. Like I like that they gave him a chance to kind of shine on the show. It's I don't know. Like I feel like again, DC has the ability to make great stuff, but they're also incredibly lazy, right? Like why don't you make like your movie shouldn't be a mess if you can get these series off as well as they are. Like if Doom Patrol is, there's no way Doom Patrol should be as good as it is and your mainstream movies be as bad as they are. Like it doesn't make any sense.
Things that I didn't know I wanted until I got it. Giancarlo Esposito as Lex Luthor. Yeah.
That's funny. I don't think I haven't seen him. He hasn't shown up yet.
Things I didn't know I wanted until I got it. Wayne Knight as the Penguin.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. And he has a wife. And they crashed his kid's bar mitzvah, which was fucking hilarious. Like this shit is just funny. Like the situations they put them in are just absolutely hilarious to me. I totally dug it. I'm definitely gonna watch more of it.
What is that, HBO Max?
Yeah. The first two seasons
I
are.
don't have that, so
I'll
figure it out.
Terrence, I'll send you a link to your prison account or whatever. I don't know.
What do you want, books?
That's fine.
Before we get to the last thing we all watched, I got a chance to watch Hamilton.
Oh, that's right. I was going to ask you if you wanted to talk about it.
I remember when you went to see it. Still have no idea how much I'll pay for them tickets, but
you don't want to know.
No, you don't.
You don't.
Yeah, well, I remember when you saw it, you came back and said you would actually probably like this, and I was like, "Nigga, what?" Yeah. It's a musical about Alexander Hamilton, and they do it in like hip hop. I'm like,
this is offensive to me.
It sounds terrible.
Yeah.
All of that sounds awful to me. But no, that shit is dope. Like it's dope. It really is.
How many times have you watched it?
Like 4.
Wow, really?
I got nothing to do, yo.
Fair enough. It's so funny because I haven't watched the one on Disney Plus, which I really want to watch. But yeah, it's I've not heard one person who's watched it for the first time there and been like, yeah, I've only watched it once. Everyone's like, I've watched it 37 times.
Yeah, it's good.
Wow.
Like I
4
know
times.
almost all the songs already.
That's crazy. Wow.
And that's the thing of like as a piece of entertainment to me. Like again, I was fucking shocked because I started it and I'm like, oh, that was interesting. Okay, kind of dope. There's Leslie Odom Jr. He was in this. Like I'd never heard a single song from it.
Right.
No.
I refuse to listen to
for 6 years. I haven't heard anything.
Yeah, I refuse to listen to soundtrack
There
performance.
was a one frame or anything like that from it. I'm like, oh, I know him. He was in Harriet.
Right.
And then everybody else started showing up.
Yeah.
I'm like, David Diggs, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay, the nigga from fucking She's Gotta Have It. Oh, and I've never seen Lin-Manuel Miranda act before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, this is cool. This song is dope. Then the other song came on. I'm like, this is dope. And then my shot came on. I was like, those lyrics are kind of fucking dope. What the fuck is going on here? And then like 15 minutes, I'm like, I'm in. Whatever. And then Satisfied came on. Like that was amazing. Wait for it. Amazing. Like it's just really fucking good. All of it. It's one of the best things I've ever seen.
Wow.
As a piece of entertainment. Like it just is.
Much like
It
Micah's
is.
listing the things that he didn't think he
Right. I
knew
didn't
that
think
he'd
I
be
needed
hearing.
it.
Me hearing you rave about Hamilton. I wouldn't have
fucking
thought
get
so.
it. I get it.
Yeah.
I really do. It's really good.
Yeah. And again, I haven't watched
Super
the one on Disney Plus, which I imagine is like really, really visually very cool to watch because they have like close-ups and shit like that. You can really see things. But like to see it live was just fucking incredible. I was blown away, like completely blown away. So I can only imagine what that's like.
Was it that cast or was it?
No, I didn't see it with the original cast.
Yeah, it's a different feel with the original.
Yeah, and that's why I really want to see it because like it's the original dudes. Like I want to see like these are the people they handpicked to play these roles. Like that should be great. And again, I saw it years later, and it was fucking cast 55. I don't know, but they were still awesome, right? So I can only imagine with Lin-Manuel Miranda and David Diggs and all those guys doing it. It's got to be incredible.
They didn't fuck anything up.
No.
Like it's a 2 hour and 40-minute movie.
Do you know how often they do those plays?
Yeah, they said they did like 500 performances.
No, but like in a week?
8
yeah,
times a week.
8 times a week.
But
that's insane.
Yo, that's for them to sing through the entire thing. That's impressive.
Yeah.
I don't like musical theater.
To be emoting while they're singing and shit.
Yeah, like
Right.
Leslie Odom Jr. has a fucking like. I didn't even know he was a singer.
Yeah.
And what's the woman that played Eliza? Not Eliza. Angelica, black chick. I never remember her first name, but she has an amazing voice. And the nigga that played George Washington, like, look, that shit's great. It just is.
Yeah,
It
the guy who played, I'm trying to remember the guy who played Thomas Jefferson when I saw it. He's like this heavyset black dude, and he's been in a number of things. And I can't place in my mind I can see him, but I can't place what else he's been in. That dude was so fucking good in the performance I saw. He was incredible. Every performance of King George was great. Like the dude from what's the show on Netflix?
Mindhunter.
Mindhunter was
He
King
was
George.
in it. He played King George when you went to see it.
No, he's in. That's the original King George. That's him.
No, I thought he. I know him, but I thought you were talking about when you went to see it.
No. I'm just saying the guy who played Thomas Jefferson when I saw it was really great. But yeah, I didn't even know.
Jonathan Groff.
Yeah, I didn't even know who played King George in the original until I looked it up when people were posting animated gifs. I was like, the nigga from Mindhunters?
Yeah, so I was looking at him like, okay, didn't know he could sing either. But apparently he was in Glee also.
Yeah, I heard that.
But no, David Diggs, he every time he was on stage, he stole the fucking show.
Yeah,
he did.
Well, and it's interesting because all those guys were nobodies, right? Like for the most part, they were all except for Lin-Manuel Miranda, but they were all kind of nobodies when they started doing the play. So when you go watch it now, you're like, look at this all-star cast. Like, no, they were not the all-star cast then, but they became massively famous from Hamilton.
Jasmine Cephas Jones. I didn't know she could fucking sing. Jesus Christ. Yo.
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah, it turns out musical theater, like, given the right stories, are pretty interesting, right? Like, never
The
can
right
tell.
story, the right production.
Right. Like I still want to see Lion King on Broadway. I hear that's pretty amazing, actually. So, wow, there's your Broadway segue.
I was fucking shocked. Like, for real.
You were shocked. I was like, I'm reading Terrence's status on Facebook, and I'm like, yo, are these Hamilton lyrics?
Right.
That shit is dope.
Man, I have to say, I can't believe this. I can't believe I'm saying this, but the United States Prison Reform Hamilton program has really worked. Numbers on Terrence, incredible. It's really learned a lot.
Like you were locked up in that cryostasis that John Spartan was locked up in, and they programmed some shit into your brain, and it was just like, oh, an appreciation for musical theater.
I still don't really have an appreciation for a lot of musical theater.
Meanwhile, your rival knows how to hack into any system and knows kung fu and knows how to bleach his hair blonde.
But you learn how to knit and recite the words to Hamilton. Congratulations. Oh fuck, that's
like,
hilarious.
I literally don't know the majority of the songs. It's sad.
It's sad. All right, let's talk about something that I guess is also sad.
This was amazing. I don't know what the fuck you talk about.
So I haven't finished this. I have it up.
How did you not finish it?
Because I just started it yesterday.
Did you get to the point of it?
No, I'm literally 29 minutes into it. He just was
how many minutes into it?
29 minutes, right when he goes.
Oh, get out of here! All right, Terrence.
We can't talk.
No, I know. I'm just saying I'm enjoying watching this mental breakdown. It's great.
Oh my god, yo! I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all.
Look, I got to the point where I can understand this nigga's mad. I totally get that part. He just lost his fucking mind.
And that's the good thing about this documentary, right? Like, they show you
Tread, by the way, is what we're talking about. I don't think we said it.
Yeah. It shows you, like, wow, this guy's been fucked over. Well, yeah, take it to the man. And then God told me to do this.
Like, oh,
slow down.
It's like, I was with you, and then you just.
Well,
but
he also, like, clearly was imagining conversations between people. He was like, and then the guy came up to me and said this. They come to the guy. He was like, I've never talked to this nigga a day in my life. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Look, I don't know. He could have.
There's one section. I don't think you've gotten to it because you're only 1/3 of the way into it.
No, I was so mad. I got right. He was like, and I'm gonna kill all of these niggas. I was like, all right, pause.
But they were like, all of this is basically a dispute over land and money, right? Yeah. And the guy was like, yeah, well, the people, his enemies were like the Thompsons or whatever their name was.
Yeah,
they were willing to buy this thing, right? And the land or whatever. And he was like, oh yeah, well, I'll sell it to you for $200,000. How about that? And they were like, okay.
And these niggas are millionaires.
Right. And he was like, oh, yeah? Well, the price just went up $350,000. And they're like, okay.
Just take the money, dude.
All right. $450,000 is like, here it is, right here. And he was just like, they're trying to humiliate me.
Yeah, that nigga was crazy. He was, but look,
yo, that's
fucking awesome.
Yo, that's a hilarious situation. Okay, here's the money.
I mean, technically, they did kind of fuck him over in the beginning.
They did. They
fucked him over hardcore. But then, like, when he was like, okay, I'm gonna sell it, I'd be like, yo, $1 million. Y'all are millionaires. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Like, this family has been like millionaires for years. So
yeah, they basically founded the city.
They like essentially own half the goddamn town.
Yeah.
Look, that reenactment was dope.
Yeah,
like the reenactment was cool as shit.
The reenactment was cool as shit, man. Like, and them trying to take the thing down, like, yeah, and the only way they were to take it down was just like happenstance.
Yeah, the dude was like, yeah, he ran into this building, but little did he know there was a basement. That's why he got fucked up.
Yeah, because he got stuck, basically.
One of the treads got stuck in the basement of like a library or something. And
He hit a giant pothole and couldn't get.
He destroyed that fucking area, man.
Oh, he fucked that town up, man.
Like they tried to use another. What the fuck did they try to use to stop him? And he was just like, no.
They got the Constructicons together to try and take him out, and he was just like, move, bitch.
Yeah, that thing was like, that thing was amazing. I don't even know how it ran. It was so heavy, but he was just able to just run through the streets with this thing. Like it was a literal tank. They were shooting at it. They were like, I don't even know how to get in here.
Fucking bullets were bouncing off. Dude, it was on top of it like, all right, give me a grenade. I'm going to toss it in.
I'm going to flashbang this nigga. Oh, there's nothing to do. Oh, fuck. Like he covered everything. He covered all his bases.
It's a brilliant piece of engineering, yo. Like it's
impressive. It really is
impressive.
Like he took steel plates and he welded them together and he put cement in between the steel plates. So shit. Like triple covered. So he had cement, he had steel, cement, steel all around it. And then he had portholes where he was shooting fucking 50 caliber rifles out of the side of it. That was awesome, yo. If I ever go crazy, this is what I'm going to do.
So
I don't have the money, though.
Or the welding skills?
Yeah.
I mean, that's part of it, right? I can pour cement, I guess. Here's my only... I have two statements about this. One, I am thoroughly disappointed that they did not name this Killdozer. That feels like a missed opportunity. Tread is way too nice. Two, this is the end of Charlie's life, right? Charlie, who listens to the show, Charlie's a welder, right? He's a big dog welder fan in the DC lore. This is how he goes out. He just welds himself a tank and drives around town until he gets taken down. Makes sense.
Yo,
they demolished it.
Yeah, because they were like, I don't want anybody to try to buy this.
A monument to him.
Like,
yeah,
I want this motherfucker forgotten. Yo, it was a very good documentary. Just to listen to a man go crazy.
Right. Like, that's the part that was super interesting to me. It's like you actually get his voice just like losing his shit.
And yeah, I mean, who would have thought that the dozer would fit in this building? It must be God. See, this is
you're right. It was all divine intervention.
God wants me to do this. God wants me.
It's like it gave him enough clearance to get the bulldozer into the building. He created a little fucking shanty town for himself
inside the building.
Inside, and he just welded this thing together. Like, now, how are you gonna get it out? Oh, I'm just gonna run through the building. Or run the building over because it's too big at this point to get out.
That's crazy.
The reenactment was very, very cool.
Right.
Like I just want to
shocked.
Like I want to see a narrative film of this.
Yeah,
with like all of Hollywood's special effects to actually have this big fucking Killdozer and make it like twice as big.
Okay, I mean it basically looks like Batman's Batmobile from The Dark Knight Returns, right? Like it's just utterly unreasonable. Who's playing the lead role of the Killdozer narrative film?
Nicolas Cage.
That feels about right, actually.
No, he doesn't look anything like him.
I'm going John Lithgow. I'm going John Lithgow for that.
That would actually work. What's the dude from Stephen Root?
Stephen Root
from Office Space.
Oh, 100%. 100. Oh, from News Radio. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's.
I could see him lose his shit.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
not tall enough though. He's like John Lithgow would probably be the best because this dude was really big. He was a big guy too.
Yeah, but you know what?
He was like Norwegian or something.
I don't know, man. Stephen Root is pretty good. Like I could definitely see him in that role. That's pretty good. in Killdozer coming 2022, the narrative film. They're trying to fuck me over. Here's $500,000. Well, fuck you then. What?
He eventually took it, right? Because I saw it like 2 months ago. I saw it a while ago. How much did he take?
I think he did end up taking it, but like just the fact that
Wait, he took the money and then was like, "I'm gonna kill all of y'all now."
he was like they're fucking mocking me. They're mocking me. I'm coming up with the biggest numbers I could possibly think of. And
Yeah, this dude has definitely had money way too long. If $500,000 is the most you could think of, nigga, I've been broke a long time. I can think of a hell of a lot more money than $500,000. Please.
Yo, when hearing them reenact and seeing the reenactment, they were like, "Well, we saw it coming, so we decided, all right, well, let's get a thick piece of rebar, and stick it in the treads, and maybe that'll stop the track." Like, nope, it just ate it up.
Like, no shit. The dude jumped on the thing. He was shooting at it. Like, nah. Yeah, he just ran through everything. It was awesome.
It was awesome.
People, I don't give a fuck.
But the thing is, he didn't kill anybody, right? He just destroyed a bunch of property, and then he ended up killing
not
himself.
without trying, though. Like he saw some cops over a Jersey ball, and he was like,
Yo, he put TVs in he had like TVs in the fucking because he couldn't see out.
Right,
because he had no openings. Because the cops were like, "All right, well, let's get our marksman, our sniper, and let's see if we could shoot through the portholes." Ain't no portholes. Like, what the fuck?
Also, shoot through the portholes, nigga. What kind of James Bond bullshit is that? Come on, no.
Yeah, he put cameras all in the front, like all around the bulldozer, so he could see. And he had this was back in 2004. I remember when this happened because I remember the news and I just saw this big ass bulldozer just fucking shit up. But yeah, he put cameras in there so he could see outside. He was a brilliant engineer.
Yeah, no, he was clearly a smart guy.
And what's fucked up about this town? What's fucked up about this town is that all this destruction, like $8 million worth of destruction in the Midwest version of the town from Thor, where Andy lives, and it got international news, and then the next day Reagan died, and they were
right.
Oh, well, fuck this hillbilly bullshit, this typical hillbilly squabble. We got real news to report.
Oh man,
I care way more about Killdozer than Ronald Reagan dying. I can tell you that. That's funny.
9 minutes of it.
Yeah, it's still worth watching.
Oh no, I'm gonna finish watching it. I love a good crazy hillbilly story. I love them. Like making a murderer, all that shit. I love all of that. Anything about them looking bad and us not being involved is all right with me.
Not involved in any way.
Right. Is there a black person in town? There is not.
No. I ain't see a nigga in sight in that documentary.
I ain't see a white person with a tan. Like,
no, these dudes go snowmobiling for fun. No, absolutely not.
They're like, all he wants to do is ride snowmobiles and make custom snowmobiles. He don't give a fuck about nothing else. What's he mad for? Like, oh, okay. Did any of you see the new Unsolved Mysteries? Any of it?
Not yet. No, but you know why I don't watch Unsolved Mysteries? Because I want the mystery to be solved. I don't want that fucking cliffhanger. Plus, the music is kind of.
Thank you. All right, nigga. Like, let's get to it. Let's get to the reason why I don't watch it. I'm scared.
It's like a more intense version of the Halloween theme.
It gives me the creeps, dude.
The first episode.
Didn't they solve it or some shit?
No. It was a murder that took place. Well, it's unsolved, so we don't know if it's a murder or not. But it happened in fucking Baltimore, back in 2003 or 2004.
Was that the young gay person Marty Jannetty killed or no? Marty Jannetty killed a person, multiple people.
That's crazy. No, it was some dude that went through like the roof of the what's that hotel? Goddamn, it's the old hotel off of I forgot. Off of Charles Street.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. Yes. Mm-hmm.
It's not a hotel anymore. It's a condominium.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking
What the
about.
fuck is the name of the? What's the name of it?
It's got an
Anyway.
Indian restaurant in it too. The Ambassador?
No, it's the other one. Anyway, some dude died, and apparently he was thrown through a hole in the top of it.
Jeez.
And they've never figured out who did it. It was weird because I was watching. I'm like, I recognize those streets. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, he went through a fucking roof of a building. Like, that's fucked up. I don't remember anything. I don't remember any news about that. But yeah.
So do they have like the call this number thing? Like, how does this work on a like? So what if the Unsolved Mysteries just seems like a something that needs to be like week to week? And
it was
like
6 episodes, and then I think they're showing another 6 in a couple months, or like in September.
I thought wasn't there one case where it was like this French guy went missing or something, and somebody called him was like, I seen him, like some shit like that. Like,
yeah, I think that was episode 3.
Yeah, like somebody think they found this
family. Guy. Yeah,
yeah,
and
they think
he
they
just
found
fled, and they don't know where he is, but apparently they got some fucking tips. That's where he is.
They're like, this nigga's in Daytona. Go get him.
It's interesting. You should watch it. You can. It's on Netflix, nigga. You can go forward. You can fast forward through the music. The fuck?
Is that you say that, and I know that's true, but I still don't trust it. So how about that? I can't. Yeah, that theme music makes me very uncomfortable. Fuck
It
that.
used to trip me out when I was a kid.
Nah.
I wasn't too pleased with it when it used to come on. It used to come on at night.
It's like, the Unsolved Mystery Show and cartoons.
right.
There are no
There's
cartoons. Yeah, then I'm gonna go to bed scared. That's what I'm gonna do. Like the
they
bitch.
decided to go hostless.
Yeah, well, that's
Or
probably the best. You don't want a pedophile talking about some unsolved mysteries. You know what I mean? Like he was.
What?
He looked like a pedophile, dude. Like he was
Because he had the brown trench coat.
a brown trench coat in a dark alley with fog on it. With
That was overly dramatic for no fucking
For no reason.
Like, what the fuck
Nah,
did
I'm
they
not
do?
watching that.
Oh my god!
I don't even like that guy is tangentially associated with the series, even though he's not on it. Like, that's enough of me. Like, no, fuck that. Nah, I'm
They
good.
just have his silhouette in the beginning.
Yeah, that's enough.
At
That's
the
enough.
end- at the end of the intro.
Nah, fuck that. That guy's got to be good and dead by now, right?
Yeah, Robert Stack.
Yeah.
Isn't that his name?
He's like 1,000 years old. All right, let's jump into lightning round. Micah, take it away.
Who's the Boss sequel series starring Tony Danza for some reason and Alyssa Milano is in development. Who's the Boss is the latest 80s hit TV series getting a modern sequel series with Tony Danza and Alyssa Milano returning to star. Deadline is reporting that the new series will take place 30 years after the events of the original series, centered around former Major League Baseball player, retired housekeeper Tony Maselli, and his relationship with his daughter Samantha Maselli. I thought he was a boxer.
No. How old is Tony? In his 60s?
She is now a single mother living in the house the original series was set in. Thematically, the show will explore generational differences, as well as opposing worldviews of parenting styles within the dynamic of the modern family in 2020. I used to watch Who's the Boss, but
Yeah. Of course.
because we didn't have a lot of TV channels to watch.
You're an American.
But I mean, maybe this will be good. I don't know. What about the other people?
It says original cast members: Judith Light, who played Angela, and Danny Pintaro, who played Jonathan, are said to be supportive of the new series, and there is some indication that the sequel series could find ways to bring them back down the line. Okay, cool. I feel like Angela should be on the show. Like, that seems weird. Sounds like Tony Danza's career and Alyssa Milano's careers haven't gone anywhere if they're doing a Who's the Boss sequel. I mean, it's like all the people on Fuller House.
Well, I mean, didn't Alyssa Milano have somewhat of a career?
She did, but it kind of dropped off.
and now she's just like an activist or whatever, right?
Yeah, she's mostly. Yeah, I mean, I think she was like. I think she's pretty hard into like the Me Too movement. Like she was one of the people like really calling out Harvey Weinstein, if I recall. I think he might have had something to do with her career kind of taking a dive, actually. So,
like at least she's kept her name out there, right? Like nobody. I don't even know DJ Tanner's name. I don't know Kimmy Gibbler's name. Like
I don't know. Kimmy Gibbler. That was a skinny white
that
one.
was well,
White.
Yeah. The weird one.
yeah, I don't know. Isn't that
So
is that not? That's from Full House.
Yeah.
Gibbler kid. I don't know. All this shit kind of runs together. It all kind of runs together. I'm looking at a picture of Tony Danza from one day ago in the Star Tribune. Is Tony Danza going to be playing either a mortician or Dracula himself? Because that's what he looks like now. He looks fucking terrible.
70.
No, like this show doesn't need to exist.
Like, what are you going to talk about?
Well,
Generational differences. A 70-year-old and like a
and a 47-year-old.
yeah, like
it's gonna be
cares?
how Tony Danza's gonna be telling his daughter how they should raise her child. And that's where the conflict will be, right? Like, because
who's the boss?
Hey, Dad, I'm the boss. Like, all right,
I'm the boss. And then no one cares. Yeah, I don't really care about this at all.
So, if you are excited, I am excited for you. Next up,
He looks pale.
Yeah, dude.
Alien 5. Jesus Christ. Alien 5 might still be in the works from James Cameron. Look, I don't believe anything that says James Cameron might be doing something until it's actually done. Right?
James Cameron is literally talking about it, but
that don't mean
anything.
That doesn't mean anything.
No, I agree with you.
He's still got to do Avatar 2 through 17, right?
That is correct. Through 18, I think. I think there's 18. So yeah, he basically is saying,
and those are not coming out for like 5 years.
They're never coming in.
So, look, no.
I guess the question is, would you want to see Cameron come back and do them? To do one?
I mean,
Sure, why not?
yeah, sure.
I mean, he did,
It's-
arguably the best one.
It's one of the
He
most.
did do the best one, but that was
right.
35 years ago.
It's one of the most influential science fiction movies of all time. It was the one he did. So I'd be stupid to say, like, no, I don't want to see him come back. I just don't believe he'll come back. That's all. Like, nobody's buying it. And he's proven that he will whore himself out to say anything positive about a movie that he is closely tied to, even if it's garbage.
That is also true.
He's done it with those Transformers movies, so I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah. I would love to see him come back, though. I'm much more interested in him coming back for this, and it's apparently using Blumkamp's idea for Aliens 5, which is interesting too. No more of this Covenant Prometheus bullshit.
Well, that's good. For some reason, John Wick 5 is confirmed and will be shot back to back with John Wick 4. Looks like John Wick's fight is far from over. On Thursday, Lionsgate confirmed that they're on their earnings call that a fifth John Wick movie is officially in the works. They'll be shot back to back once Keanu Reeves is available. Once he's done helping his friend try to stay relevant in a Bill and Ted movie. John Wick 4 is currently slated to be released on May 27th, 2022. They're doing scripts.
2022?
Scripts for the new John
Why?
Wick. Yeah,
Storyboards?
let's
Storyboards. That's what they did
Let's
for Mad
talk
Max
about-
Fury Road. They didn't even have a fucking script. Who cares?
let's talk about John Wick, right? Because when we first saw John Wick and
was
we
the shit.
saw when we saw the Hitman Hotel and like this whole like
The Continental.
underground network of hitmen, like we all thought it was a cool idea. And then John Wick 2 happened.
We're common?
Where everybody's a hitman.
Yes.
Yes.
And that's not, then if everybody's special, nobody is special.
Correct.
And then John Wick 3 happened where John Wick literally had to walk to the desert and then walk back.
Yeah, that movie does not have a narrative script. Like, it just doesn't.
It doesn't.
Like,
It's a series of great action sequences.
I think the John Wick experiment, not failed, because I do enjoy those movies. Like the whole, like you said, we're preparing scripts. What scripts?
For what?
It should be a 20-minute fight scene with a 5-minute cut scene, and then another, and then rinse and repeat.
Oh, okay. Here's how I would fix the John Wick franchise. The last one ended. What was the story? I don't even remember. He had his finger cut off, and then he had to go back.
Yeah, he fought Mark Dacascos.
Right, the Iron Chef guy.
And then didn't he get thrown off a roof?
And thrown into the sewer or something, and now he's like indebted to Morpheus.
No, he's indebted to the dude in like the he's back in, right?
Who? The pigeon nigga? That's Morpheus, right?
Yeah, that's
he got thrown, he got shot or thrown off a roof. I don't know what happened. And then he put him in a wheelbarrow and he was underground or something like that, right?
Yeah, because he's still burned, right? Like he can't go back to the Hitman Union or whatever they have.
Hitman Union. They burned his card. Yeah, but he's also back in, right? Like he still has to now take jobs because remember he got his like finger cut off in the desert by like
I think that was to save him from being hunted by everyone, right?
Oh, because so that part's over.
Right. But now he's on the run because you know what? I don't fucking know.
Yeah, see?
Wait, what happened? No, he killed the head of right. The guy was in his safe room.
Yeah, and he killed that guy.
And yeah, he did he kill him?
I don't know. I'm telling you, these movies have somehow gotten progressively worse narratively. Yeah, while the action has gotten better,
the action's gotten. They've just been like, "Yo, what can we do to make this shit as crazy as possible?"
The adjudicator. You remember the adjudicator?
Who played the adjudicator?
The white woman.
Yes.
The adjudicator agrees to parlay.
She had an umbrella, right?
Yeah, she had an umbrella.
She had an umbrella. All right, that's the best I can remember. Thanks.
She looked like a grown-up Wednesday Addams, right? The adjudicator agrees to parlay with Winston, who is Ian McShane, who explains his rebellion as a show of strength and offers fealty to the high. I would like to parlay for some fealty. All right. After John arrives, the adjudicator questions what should be done with him. Winston shoots John repeatedly, leading him to fall off the roof of the hotel. The Continental is reconsecrated, but the adjudicator informs Winston that John's body has disappeared and that he remains a threat to them both. Seriously injured John and his dog, because we can't forget the fucking dog, are delivered to a now heavily scarred Lawrence Fishburne, who states that he is really pissed off at the high table and asks John if he is too. So
I guess John's going after the high table.
McShane wanted to save the hotel. He turns on John Wick, and the High Council, like,
this is fucking obnoxious.
If High Council is in your movie and it doesn't have a dragon or a griffin,
right,
or a hobbit, like, it's a bad script.
I don't think these movies are good. I don't. I enjoy the hell out of them, but I don't think they're good.
Yeah, they're fun, but
you know what has a better narrative story that's easier to follow? The Fast and Furious movies.
Yeah.
They do. And they're equally as arguably more ridiculous.
Yes.
But
wait, you know what's going on.
You know what has? Yeah, you remember the story.
What is ridiculous about a group of racers turned DVD player thieves turned international espionage agents? What is ridiculous about that?
Well, The Rock's in it.
You know, you're right. Nothing. It's perfectly fine.
Tyrese and The Rock are friends in
drive
this
well.
Everything, every job, every enemy they come across really also likes cars, so it makes it really convenient for all their missions.
Yo, they literally save the world by driving vehicles
Fast
and
and furiously.
yo, that is one of the dumbest concepts I've ever heard
It
in my
is.
entire life. When
It
you
is.
really just you don't have to break it down. Yo, these niggas save the world because they drive fast cars.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. Hey, you know what? Can't wait for the
Apparently
next one.
invincible now
Yeah.
because fuck it. I
Yeah.
can fall. I can slam concrete with my foot and cause earthquakes.
And Vin Diesel is somehow related to John Cena. That's his brother.
Yeah, that's his brother.
Okay.
Vin Diesel don't even know who his daddy is
In real life. Yeah, in real life.
I mean, you never know. John Cena might be his fucking brother. Who knows?
Can't see him.
I can't see it.
Jesus Christ. All right, next story. Yeah, thank you.
Netflix is staying in
Fuck
the
off.
Witcher business with a prequel spinoff set 1,200 years before the events of the hit Henry Cavill series that for some reason I haven't watched yet.
Yeah,
The Witcher Blood Origin will shoot in the United Kingdom at an undeclared date.
Okay. I like more
yeah,
Witcher.
Who's
I got 5 with that, I guess.
who's it about?
It goes back to like the first Witcher. I don't know who that will be.
What?
So yeah, it's about the creation of the first Witcher and there are more monsters and things like that. So I don't know.
I guess.
Are there going to be like Witchers all over the place? Is that Witcher going to be conscripting other Witchers? And it's going to be like the old Republic of Witchers?
Yes, there should just be thousands of Witchers everywhere. It'll be interesting to see the Witcher making process, I guess. I enjoyed that first season a lot. It's a bit of a mess when you realize they didn't let you know like the timelines were weird. But once they kind of get to the present day, then you go, oh, okay, like it all makes sense and it all clicks. I will just warn you when you watch it, like it won't make sense. Like they did a bad job of like just all they had to do would be like, this is the past, this is the present, but they never said that. They just fucking ran the episodes, so it just seems a little disjointed for like the first, I guess like 4 episodes. It seems a little weird.
Oh, great. Half of the fucking season is weird.
Like it's weird timeline wise. Like not
because you never know what the fuck time period you're in.
right. They never mention
what
it.
is going on.
Once they get out of the sort of flashback and just into the regular time, it's like, oh, okay, got it. But it's very, some of it's a little wacky. But yeah,
I'll try to watch it this week.
yeah, it's good. I think you will dig it because you especially like the games too.
I probably will. I got those books over there. I enjoyed those. So.
Oh, you
I
did
just
read The
haven't
Witcher?
gotten around. Yeah, see them red books down there. Those are Witcher books.
Oh, okay. How many books are there? It seems like quite a few.
Like 7, something.
Oh
like
wow, I didn't know you could read. That's amazing.
that. God damn it. Hunters will keep taking down secret Nazis for Amazon Prime. It takes more than one season of television to clear out all of the Nazi corruption out of the 70s New York, evidently, as Deadline is reporting that Amazon has ordered another season of Hunters, the Al Pacino, Logan Lerman starring drama about a secret group of Nazi killers. The series was created by David Weil and executive produced by Jordan Peele. And in a statement, Weil said that he's more eager than ever to share the next chapter of the Hunter saga with the world. That implies that there are even more stories to tell beyond what happens in the second season. I didn't get a chance to watch this, but from what I understand, it is very, very good.
I watched the first couple episodes. I enjoyed it. I just got pulled away from it. I think I was watching it right as the pandemic was starting, and then I was like, oh, well, I'm home now, so it's harder to watch things. Yeah, but it's pretty good. I mean, it takes shit pretty seriously. It's got some pretty crazy violent moments. So, like a couple of flashbacks to, like during the Holocaust and shit like that, which is pretty wild.
How is Al Pacino as a Jewish person?
Over the top, very, very over. Yeah, like very, very over the top. His ridiculous accent is like pretty good. It's pretty good though. I will say. I'm not sure I'd buy him as a old Jewish man, but like, it's fine. It's fine. I don't find it offensive, but it's definitely over the top.
These fucking sites are terrible, and I'm getting a lot of ads and crap.
Next up, yeah, you gotta get a pop-up blocker, my man, especially for that shitty website. Fox's Fantastic Four movies failed to capitalize on Doctor Doom's Latvian heritage. However, it seems that they may be actually trying, as far as the MCU, to bring in more of the sort of dictator, leader style of Doom from Latveria instead of just making him businessman Doom. So it's being reported that in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, they're introducing Madripoor, which is kind of interesting. We've never seen that live in any movie or Marvel series. And in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, they're also including Lucia Van Bradis. Do you know this character?
Lucia Von Brada.
Oh, Brada. Okay.
She was at one point, like, Doom was like ousted as a leader, and the fucking U.S. because they don't mind their fucking business, decided that this woman would be good enough to be prime minister. She's a villain though. Like, yeah, no.
So this says she was Doom's successor after he was overthrown. She even took up the mantle of Doctor Doom for herself for a time. And she could easily be introduced as a diplomat or something similar for Latveria, thus establishing Latveria in the MCU, which is kind of interesting.
I mean,
that's a smart play.
It is. I want these TV shows to be a little more closely tied to the movies than Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was. The fact that they star the people who were in the movies is a good sign of that. But all right, Latveria exists. That's fine.
I mean, probably the same way. Okay with that. I mean, they're talking about they make the sort of analogy or the comparison rather to when Ulysses Klaue, talked about Wakanda in Age of Ultron, right? Like, thus establishing that world and knowing that it was there officially. So then when you say Wakanda later, people are like, huh? What's that? What's Wakanda? Right? So if they can at least use her as a way to establish it, that's cool. Good. That means they're thinking about bringing him in, and sooner rather than later.
I'm curious how they do it, right? Like, if they bring her in as the ruler of Latveria, that means Doom was probably already ousted, or I don't know. I'm very curious.
Who was the person that Doom ousted to become leader of Latveria?
The
Count or something.
He's referred to as the Baron.
The Baron.
And the Baron kind of fucked his people over, and when Doom came back from New York after his accident caused by Reed Richards, he saw how you're such a
Doom sycophant.
he saw how people were being treated, and he overthrew the Baron. The cape that Doom wears is the official cape that the Baron wore. because Doom just wore a fucking hoodie and a tunic because he was poor, and then he got that armor and rolled up and was like, "I like that cape. What you got on that cape, homie?" And he fucking took that shit like a fucking man.
My grandmama gave me this cape. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what they do with her.
There you see, dude. Someone in one of our fan groups was watching video, and they thought that was a picture of Jesus Christ over there.
I mean, it is. It is. It's a different type of Jesus, but he's there. That's funny. Do you have a picture of Jesus Christ? Yes. He looks over all of my toys. I'm a giant child. All right, movie and TV news this week. A League of Their Own reboot series gets ordered at Amazon. This is from Abby Jacobson, or it's co-created from Abby Jacobson and William Graham. Abby Jacobson, some folks may know from Broad City. This is sort of it's an hour-long series. Not sure how many episodes, sort of a retake of the 1992 Penny Marshall film of the same name. I don't know anybody who's not seen A League of Their Own. I feel like it's a little weird. I can't imagine people haven't seen it. You've never seen it, Terrence?
I'm trying to think.
Really?
I've probably seen it. I don't remember it.
World War
There's
II.
no crying in baseball. That's all I remember.
Yeah, that's right. Tom Hanks.
I don't know if I've seen the whole movie in its entirety.
It's a good movie. Basically, it's World War II, and all the dudes are off fighting in the war, so there's nobody playing baseball. So women, they start their own like women's baseball league, and they get treated like garbage because men are shit. And then eventually people are like, oh, it turns out these broads can play, and then
I stand by the fact that broad is a hilarious word.
It is a hilarious word.
Very
It's offensive, and I would never call a woman that actually. But it is funny. But that's kind of the sentiment of these assholes in that movie. So yeah, it's interesting because what they're saying is like, yeah, they're gonna do like what you would expect, same story, but they're gonna deal a lot more with like deeper dives into sexism, racism, and sexuality, right? Because I was at a thing that Abby Jacobson was speaking at a number of months ago, or maybe it was a year ago at this point, and she was talking about this was her next project, and she was like, yeah, the one thing that the original movie never dealt with was like, yeah, it's a bunch of women playing baseball. There's a lot of lesbians, guys, like a lot. Like we're gonna deal with that. So yeah, like good. And then there's actually like black players too, like black women players. So that's kind of dope too. I feel like this is going to be very similar to Glow, is what I would imagine. Which Glow is a good series, so I'll see it. I like A League of Their Own. It's a good movie. So Amazon, quiet as it's kept, has some really good series, just a really shitty interface. Next up, Lily Wachowski, one of the co-directors of the original Matrix movies, came out and said that the original meaning behind the Matrix was a trans story, which is interesting.
Yeah. I've heard that a while ago, actually. I've seen a number of people break down the original Matrix, and when you see it broken down, you're like, wow, how did I miss that? Right? Like, remember when Cypher was killing people by pulling their plugs?
Yeah,
it was essentially him like outing if the people in the Matrix were trans characters, he was like outing them in it, and that's why Switch is like, well, first of all, her name is Switch,
right? yeah,
right, and that's why Switch is like, no, not like this, like it's it's I urge people to seek out writings and essays on the Matrix being a trans story, and then lo and behold, both of the directors are trans.
Right.
So that still, to me, is fucking fascinating.
Yeah,
I mean, like
that both brothers are
fucking wild.
Like when you found out both of them were trans, you should have played the lottery that day.
Right. Yeah. Like, did not see that coming. I just didn't see it coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I when because it was like Larry Wachowski was the second. No, Larry Wachowski I think was the first to come out as trans, and then I don't remember their name. Oh, Andy Wachowski, right? So I didn't remember their names. And then she came out as trans. I was like, wait, did I miss something? I'm like, am I confusing?
Right, I was like,
them?
wait, huh?
I thought I was literally confusing. Well, I was like, yeah, no, I already knew about that. And they're like, no, both of them were trans. I was like, oh, okay, wow, did not see that coming. So I think it's kind of interesting. Lily Wachowski basically came out and said, like, look, we made these movies, and once you put the movie out there. So how do you
explain the last two? Because come on, all right, first one, fine. The last two, no.
Money. We needed money, so we just made bullshit. That's how I feel.
They were like, this thing made a lot of money. It was groundbreaking, and the movie execs were like,
more.
You don't want to make another one.
Yeah.
No, I'm not buying the second two to continue that story.
No, the second two are fucking a mess. But I will say this. I've watched a lot of things. I find like essays and like YouTube videos like breaking down the Matrix to be incredibly interesting, like across that series. Like it's just because it's such a like a rich topic to dig into as far as movies. And to see how everybody kind of interprets these little things. When I watch those kind of series, it makes me want to go back and appreciate the second and third ones a little bit more. They're not like, I don't think like action wise and stuff as good as the original, because the original was so mind blowing. But I think there's a lot more sort of might be more narratively there in the second and third one than probably I would give it credit when I was like 18, 19 years old, right? I just don't think I was that.
Came out when you were 18.
Yeah, I was
19.
Yeah,
19.
It came out in 99.
Right. So
like the second two was like 2002 and then 2003.
Yeah, I think it was like
quick.
Yeah, because they shot 2 and 3 back to back. But I think that I'd like to think that my mental acuity and my like appreciation for deeper topics got a little bit better since I was 20 years old. In the last 20 years, I'd like to think I've matured a little bit. So it does make me want to go back and watch them so I can really like kind of dig into
was Neo his name in the movie?
Thomas Anderson was his name.
Yeah.
Oh, it was Thomas Anderson?
Thomas Anderson was his dead name.
Neo was his screen name, which happens to be an anagram for one.
Right. But like literally they had dead names, and then they had the names that they then went by, which is another trans thing.
Wow.
Like I I really want to seek this out. That's kind of interesting.
Like Switch apparently was supposed to be one gender in the real world and the other gender in the Matrix.
Oh, that's interesting.
Like to really hammer home but guess who didn't want it?
Corporations. Warner Brothers was like, nice try.
I wonder if they came to Warner Brothers letting them know that this was.
They did not. They did not. They did not.
They were like, nigga, get the fuck out.
Hey, can we make a trans movie? What's a trans?
What are you talking about? No.
Like a tram? Like a train movie? That sounds awesome. Who's in it?
A Trans Am?
We love those movies. We love Smokey and the Bandit. That's a great series. Nah, because she even says in this video, she was like, the corporate world was not. What did she says? I'm glad it's gotten out there about the original intention. The world wasn't quite ready at a corporate level. The corporate world wasn't ready for it at the time. And I mean, 1999. Hell no.
Honestly, I don't think anyone was ready for that.
No.
Like if that's what they touted it as during in the trailers, they wouldn't be as
no. People wouldn't have seen it.
No, I wouldn't have saw it.
No,
like I was 18. The fuck?
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
Right? Like I'm so woke at 18. I was not.
I'd have saw it, but I'd have used language that I'm
not.
Right. Yeah.
Actually, with the trailer, if it looked like that, I probably would have saw it. Then yeah, I'd have been an offensive dick.
Yeah. Yo, they trying to
right.
indoctrinate us, Joe. Yeah, you'd have been dumb. Like, I mean, that's just a part of growth. But look, I stand by it. The Matrix is a great fucking movie. I don't give a fuck what the background. It's a trans movie. This is the most badass trans movie I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, this is dope.
Right. Yeah, man. Like
that shit's still one of my fucking favorite movies.
Yeah. I don't know what part of transitioning as a trans person has to do with fucking up people in a lobby with a bunch of guns, but that shit is dope.
It's
Whatever
like,
part of the transitioning that shit is lit.
When they treat you like shit and you
like
enough.
In the quote unquote real world where you have to conform to what a certain like standard is.
Yeah.
Like, but when you are in the Matrix, you are who you really are, and you are a fucking badass.
Yeah.
Like it. Yeah. Like, it's like, wow, why didn't I?
Yeah. How did I not see this?
Shit together,
but you know, there was like at the time there was some like 20-year-old like English major was like, you know, who is trans is like, this is actually an allegory for me. We're like, shut the fuck up. It's about guns, nigga. Shut up.
Right.
And 20 years later, they're like, aha, vindicated.
It's about a white man being badass with his woman and black friend in the background, fighting the man.
Oh, man.
That's what it's about.
In the background. Get back there. No.
So how much? I wonder how much studio intervention there was, as far as like getting the movie made, and I can't imagine they didn't have some rewrites, right?
I don't know, but I mean,
I'm trying to think through the movie now, like the end when he's got to save Morpheus, and it's a white man just doing all of this, like saving the day. Like, what's Trinity? There's got to be some meaning for that, right? Like, she has to have some kind of meaning, right?
Yeah, her name is Trinity. What do you think of when you think of Trinity? The Holy Trinity.
Right. There's a lot of religious aspects to this movie too.
Right. I mean, they pretty much just come out and say
it nails Jesus at the end of the third one.
Yeah.
I mean, they say they say it in the beginning of the first one. Like, if you remember the first one, Thomas Anderson opens the door and some dude who like is buying drugs from him or something, he's like, hey man, you got my stuff, and Thomas Anderson gives it to him. He's like, awesome dude, you're my own personal Jesus Christ. Well, there it is.
Yeah.
Like, go back and watch that movie with 2020 eyes, man. It is like they hit some stuff on the head, but then you're like, but it was subtle enough that you didn't catch it the first time.
Right. Yeah. Now I really want to go back and watch the series. Like that's fascinating. Like, I want to watch the first one for this particular conversation, but then seeing the other two just because there's a lot of extra like philosophical shit in the second and third movie.
Also, this might be blasphemous. I don't hate the second movie.
I don't like the rubbernecking CGI, which is horrendous.
Yeah, the CGI in that movie is.
I mean, that's just
it's bad.
Yeah.
But like,
nope. I'm not giving them a pass. They could have done better.
Oh, they absolutely could. It looked fucking terrible.
Like that. What do they call? What is that scene when he was fighting all of the
all the Agent Smiths?
Yeah. That was awful.
It looked awful.
He was doing was dope, but like visually it was just gross.
Yeah, it looked like I saw it in theaters and I was like, this doesn't look good. It's one thing to look back 20 years and be like, well, that didn't look good. No, I knew then. I was like, no, I don't approve of any of this. The best action sequence in the second one is the motorcycle scene where Trinity is driving into traffic. Yeah. That shit is dope. Like, that looks really good. No, I don't hate the second movie. I hate the third movie.
The third one is the worst.
Terrible.
It's awful. Yeah, but see, I think there's so much psychological, philosophical stuff in the second movie that I really enjoy. Like, people will hate the architect and all his like, moreover, here, there, too.
Ergo, vis-a-vis. Like,
right.
Right. Like, what he's saying is not hard to follow.
But he's making it confusing.
Like, accoutrement, all that verbal bullshit.
It's a bunch of trapdoors. It's like so many caveats. Vis-a-vis. Yeah, but I actually enjoy all of that, like philosophy.
Like that's
bullshit.
literally a scene out of fucking Metal Gear Solid. It's just a fucking exposition dump. Like, all right, I don't need all of this. Get back to shooting people.
That's funny. Next up, James Wan is producing a Knight Rider movie. Do we need this?
Doesn't he do horror?
Yes.
He's a horror guy.
He also did Aquaman. So
Yeah, that's right. Do we need? Yeah, like you said, do we need a Knight Rider movie? Like, what kind of cars are going to be?
I mean, look,
Kit.
It's. Do we need it? No.
Who's going to be
Would
Michael?
Would you see it? Maybe.
It depends.
It's
I like Knight Rider, my nigga.
Gadget car, yo. Like, who don't want to see a gadget car?
Like, I like Knight Rider.
Gadget car, a fucking sassy, principal sounding gadget car.
That's what I was gonna say. Is Mr. Feeney still gonna do the voice?
Right.
He's young
Is he
enough.
still
He can
alive?
still do it. Yeah, he's still
Is he
around.
still alive?
Hell yeah.
Is he? You sure?
Mr. Feeney can't die. Wasn't he in the, Girl Meets World show? He's still their neighbor? Some creepy show?
No, he's 90 fucking 3 years old.
He can still do it.
Hurry up.
They better get this movie on the fucking move. Wow, he's 93.
William
That's insane.
David Daniels, born 1927.
Jesus Christ.
Christ.
I don't know. I feel like I'm looking at this picture of David Hasselhoff. I feel like Zac Efron probably could play that role. Kind of.
Isn't he doing like a Netflix show now?
Yeah, my wife watches it.
For what?
She was like, it's actually surprisingly pretty good.
Oh,
Yeah, okay.
You watched it because of him.
No, she didn't even know who the fuck he was.
Yeah, you don't need to know.
Doesn't need to know who the
someone
fuck he is.
to lust after them, Jay.
I don't. Knowing her, I don't think that's the reason she's watching it.
Oh,
She's not into white boys. Like, that's not her thing. If Idris Elba had a hiking show or whatever, she'd be watching that shit. I can tell you that.
you said who?
If Idris Elba had one, she'd be like, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna watch this." I'd be like, "What's
Like,
it about?"
what's it about?
The audio's not even on. Who cares? She wouldn't even give a fuck. Nah.
Is look,
Ow.
what do we think about Michael
Michael
David, I
Hasselhoff,
almost called that nigga Michael Hasselhoff.
David Knight Rider.
What do we think of David Hasselhoff as the voice of Kit?
Oh, that's not bad.
That would be cool.
I like that idea. Actually, that's endearing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Let
fuck
that,
it. Whatever.
you can have that one, James.
Yeah, I like that
David
one.
Hasselhoff, 68.
Is he gonna
he could do
sing?
it.
He's got to sing, right? He's got to do like one of his terrible songs that's really popular in Germany.
And it's got to be a German-made car.
Yes. What kind of car are you gonna give him?
Yeah, that's the thing. What,
it'll be
what-
like
what is
a-
it going to be?
It'll be like some concept, right?
Like, what was it? Was it what the hell was the original Kit? What the fuck was it?
All I remember is the Kit from the reboot, which was like a beefed up like Mustang or,
I don't like
or
that.
Shelby Cobra or something like that.
That looks like is that a Corvette?
Is it? Mm-mm.
No, it's a Pontiac Trans Am.
Oh,
I think
Pontiac Fiber Trans Am.
I think the question is because they're going to use a concept car, right? So
Oh yeah, you're right, Micah. They used a 2008 Ford Mustang.
yeah,
That does not feel.
it was too much.
Yeah,
was
it
too
doesn't
much.
feel right.
It was too much. What car manufacturer would you like to see make a?
It's got to be an American car. It's got to be an American car. This is the most American series of all time. Again, saving the world by driving a car fast. It's the same dumbass concept.
Yeah,
Americans are really simple-minded, by the way. That's all we need is a nigga driving a car fast. Let him save the world. Fuck it. Who cares? Like, that's it. That's all we need. It's got to be. I feel like Pontiac should have to. Is Pontiac still around? No, I don't even know.
I don't even know.
I feel like it's got to be an American-made car, right? Like, but I don't want a muscle car. Muscle car doesn't feel like the right. It's got to be slick.
Yeah, it's got to be slick, man. It's got to be slick and stealthy.
Yeah.
None of this fucking little dick energy by having this fucking Mustang, this big ass Mustang. Like, nah, yo. What you gonna you're meant to be like a spy car. What you gonna bust through walls and shit?
Well, it would be a Mustang if Dom Toretto was fucking Michael Knight. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, Pontiac no longer exists.
I mean, the new Vet's pretty fucking cool.
2010 was the last time they produced a vehicle.
Okay. I mean, look up the 2020 Corvette Stingray. That's a pretty slick car. It's a fucking supercar. It looks amazing. Like, that fits more the style, I think.
Which one?
The 2020 Corvette Stingray. Like, they pretty much look like Ferraris at this point.
Yeah, that'll work. I can see some machine guns or something coming out of there.
Yeah. Give it all black, but you got to have the fucking light on the front. You can't
have the little
like woo, 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 woo. Like, it's got to have that, because if you don't have that, I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing this movie. Fuck that. Also, I'm probably not going to see this movie in theaters. I can guarantee you. I'm not paying this.
No, the only time I will even see this is when Forza Motorsport has this car. Get out of here, yo. I'm not so enamored with the 80s that anything they remake, I'm just going to go blindly see.
No. Remember that was like
a fucking Lamborghini.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, they changed the design a lot this year. There was also that Knight Rider ripoff. Like
car.
No, that was the evil. That was the evil one, right? It was Michael Knight, like his evil twin, who had a mustache, and it was and the car's name was Carr, Carr, which was fucking obnoxious. No, but there was that show that was like a Knight Rider ripoff in like the early '90s, where the guy had a Dodge Viper.
It was called Viper.
Yeah, Viper. Yeah, that's right.
I remember. And the shit turned into it like when he pressed a button or whatever, it turned like scales popped up on the car.
Yeah. That's right.
I used to watch it all the time.
Yeah, I did too. It was not
It
good.
used to come on like Saturday afternoons on like WNUV TV 54.
Yo, Viper was 1999. Wow, this show came out the same year The Matrix. Oh no, I'm sorry. Season 4 was 1999. I apologize. This was our entire high school life, Micah. Viper was on TV. Jesus.
I mean, I remember when the Viper was a big deal.
Yeah, I remember seeing one on the road, and I was like, "Wow, that car is cool." And then realizing that car was a piece of garbage, like utter expensive garbage. Then there was Airwolf, which was helicopter Knight Rider. Then there was Motorcycle Knight Rider. I can't remember what that show was called, but that one was just like a guy on a really cool motorcycle. So,
never watched Airwolf.
Viper Engine.
What?
Neither. I've never seen this.
Never watched Airwolf.
Street Hawk was the was motorcycle.
Yo, shut up, yo. Shut up.
Yo, Street Hawk was the shit. A desk-bound cop secretly fights crime as a test pilot for a prototype combat motorcycle.
A combat motorcycle. Bitch, get in a car and ride it down. What are you doing?
Yeah, like, it's so funny. IMDb says Mach is to be the test pilot for the Street Hawk, an advanced motorcycle that ... Back during the super vehicle boom with Airwolf, Knight Rider, the Highwaymen, and Street Hawk. And this is a whole series of television. Oh, man. Street Hawk. Wow.
I've never heard of that.
No?
Me neither.
No.
It only did.
Street Hawk.
It was only one season. It was 13 episodes. 1985.
When did it come out?
1985. I definitely saw reruns.
4.
I saw reruns of this. I definitely did not see this in 85.
Yo, look at this bike. It looks like a gust of wind. Make it fall apart, dude.
Yo, watch your mouth. Yo, watch your
where's
mouth.
the armor? Where's what? It's literally.
He's got machine guns on the. Okay, this looks. Wow.
Yeah, you guys are.
What this looks like.
You guys
this
are
looks like.
You guys are disrespecting. You guys are disrespecting the god that is Street
It looks like the plastic that you put over a bicycle. It looked like a motorcycle.
They sold that. They had the Street Hawk.
How do you think I know about it?
Yeah, they had it.
Oh my god, yo, did this come out before Knight Rider?
Probably. Well, no, maybe not. Maybe not. Yo, that bike is a piece of shit. Wow.
Oh, it's a motorcycle.
It is not. No, it isn't. What year
It
did
looks like a dirt bike. What the fuck is he gonna do with this thing?
Yeah, no, Knight Rider came out first. Knight Rider was 2 years before it.
Oh wow.
Nah, Street Hawk was the shit. You guys are hating.
Yeah, okay.
Somebody control this thing remotely? Yo, this looks terrible.
Controlling a bike remotely doesn't
make
like
any sense.
It would be very effective.
Look, I'm telling y'all.
This looks a mess.
Yeah, y'all hating.
Like I literally have never heard of that show.
Really? Oh,
Never.
People love the 80s. Just can't remember nothing about it. People love the fucking 80s. No, you don't.
I'm gonna get
being a child.
I'm gonna get Street Hawk the entire series on DVD, guys. It's only 13 episodes. They probably don't even need to use the whole DVD. If I had to take a guess. Next up, Captain Marvel 2 adds new director Nia DaCosta. You may know that name. She is directing the new Candyman sequel. The very young black director. I think she's 29. This is a big deal. I thought some of the directing definitely needed some help in the first Captain Marvel, though I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm less worried about that because she's going to be into the Marvel machine, right? I'm not worried about her doing well because Candyman I think looks great. I'm just really excited that a 29-year-old black woman is directing a Marvel fucking movie and a big one at that. Like that's a huge deal. So
that's dope. She's gonna be fucking like the youngest director.
Yeah,
in
I think so.
In the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah,
Coogler was what 30? What was he 31 when he did his?
Yeah, something like that.
30?
Yeah, early 30s.
Yeah.
So yeah, look, I mean, if it works out, she very well might be just one of their bigger directors who sticks around, like really sticks around. So
who directed the first Captain Marvel?
It was a man and a woman. I can't remember their name. But I like this news. I think it's dope. I think it's really cool that she's getting these opportunities, and for her to be working with Jordan Peele for her first directorial debut and then getting this, that's fucking huge. Candyman must be really good. Because they wouldn't have taken her without seeing it.
When the fuck is it supposed to come out?
I don't know. I think it was supposed to come out.
It was supposed
June,
to come
right?
out in June,
Right?
but I think they pushed it to October, which means they're gonna push it to next year.
Yeah. Well, better that than putting it out in theaters and just letting it get wrecked.
The two people that directed Captain Marvel look like they directed that version of Captain Marvel.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I'm very interested to see. Look, that movie is not my favorite. It's not the worst. Everybody calm down.
No, it's not.
It's not my favorite. My favorite part, ironically, and this is not me being a racist, my favorite part of the movie were the 3 black people in it.
Yes.
And
I mean, it's arguably the best part. It is.
And I am, and they're, and not just them, like they elevated the Captain Marvel character. Like it felt like Brie Larson was able to, act.
I mean, it gave her something to bounce off of.
Yes, that's what I'm looking for. It gave her something to bounce off of. So I'm very curious and excited to see what this director brings to, especially because we don't have to go through the origin BS anymore.
Yes.
Like we can just we can hit the ground running. That was another reason why that first movie wasn't that great for me, is because it's a phase 1 movie and right when you are about to end this
Right.
thing.
Like that should have been in phase 1. Like, come on.
Right.
Come on. The other part that makes me really excited is that she gets her hands on Monica Rambeau. So good. Like, if the second Captain Marvel movie elevates Captain Marvel's character and then maybe elevates Monica Rambeau to a much larger role, then, although she's showing up in...
Yeah, she's gonna be in one of them Disney Plus shows.
She's in I think it's the WandaVision. I think I'm pretty sure it's WandaVision. As an adult, which is really dope. But it also may be how they bring in Kamala Khan as well. So it would be dope to use this movie as a way to elevate some other characters of color too. So. Look, I'm all in for it. I think it's dope. And by the way, Candyman is October 16th, 2020. So you can just count that for October 16th, 2021.
I don't know if they're going to push it back all year. I hope they don't.
I just want them to push it so that I can see it in theaters. That's what I want. Whenever that is, which won't probably be till June or July of next year, I'm cool with it. It sucks, but I'm cool with it. Next up, so Disney Plus subscriber count is doing okay, I guess. Disney Plus came out how long ago? 9 months ago, and it already has 60 million subscribers.
That feels like a lot.
It does feel like a lot, considering that Disney projected to have somewhere between 60 and 90 million subscribers after 5 years.
Fuck.
Yeah. By 2024.
Well, they gave everybody a year for free. What the fuck?
But still. I mean, look, all those people are like, oh, I'm leaving Disney Plus. Clearly not a lot of people.
Now, is this people who have, is this 60 million active users, or is this 60 million
subscribers
people who have opened, current subscribers?
Yeah.
Well, 60 million people who have opened accounts and then closed them and then maybe come back.
Well, once you subscribe, what do they give a fuck? They're getting money. They don't care if you use it all the time.
I mean, like canceled, and then
no. My guess is when you count subscribers, you count how many you have active at the moment. Not.
So it's not like
like churn rate and all that other stuff. You don't do that.
It's not like with video games where people are like, oh, we have 8 billion users, but like the game only has like 3,000 current like subscribers playing the game.
Oh yeah, no. My guess is these are people who have signed up, are paying, or have like a year free or whatever, and that's it. Like that have not canceled. So you could at any time click on it and watch a movie. Like that's probably what they do.
If you technically you could subscribe and then cancel. You're still a subscriber.
But if you cancel, right? But if you canceled, then they take you. You would be taken out of. What I would imagine is you'd be taken out of that $60 million count or 60 million people count.
And what I'm saying is, I don't think so.
I was about to say, I don't know. I think if you opened it up and you actually watched something, I think that counts.
All right. Well, I guess it depends on the time, the exact moment that they do it. They're like, oh, and then tomorrow it's like, well, that's not our problem. Like,
I think they have 60 million emails.
Fair enough.
Whether or not those emails are active subscriptions. At one point they were.
Hey.
So we're going to count it.
But hey, still 60 million is really fucking impressive for 9 months.
It helped that everyone just fucking stuck in the house.
Yes.
Nothing to do.
Yeah.
I'm not hating, by the way. I'm not,
I get your point.
I'm not like every other person who hates Disney but has Disney Plus.
Those fucking sons of bitches. Ooh, Mandalorian's on. Like, all right, relax. Yeah, look, I think 60 million is absolutely insane. I haven't opened Disney Plus in quite a while. I will to watch Hamilton or something like that, but I don't know. I'm paying for it. I got a 4-year deal or whatever. So what am I going to do?
My wife wants to watch Black is King.
Is that on Disney Plus? I thought it was Netflix.
Yes. No, it's Disney Plus.
Oh. Well, according to Terry Crews, white is also king. So
Is that the project that Beyonce was? Remember when they said Disney?
Oh, that she was going to be in Black Panther too.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so
She's
Beyonce
not going to
wasn't.
be Storm.
She's not Storm. Oh, shocking news. Yeah, I see how people forgot that fucking story real quick. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, Part of me always wants to go search on Twitter, find all the people who tweeted that, and be like, "You were wrong." like just spend like a solid week just writing to every single person. Can you please admit that you were wrong? Can you please just copy and paste that the whole time? Like, fuck this guy. Like, I know. Speaking of Disney Plus, Mulan heads to Disney Plus in the U.S. and other select countries at a premium price. So you can watch Mulan on Disney Plus because it will not be released in theaters. So what I would say is that Mulan will make $0 in theaters in the United States. But for folks in the United States and other select markets, even though it's available September 4th on Disney Plus, you have to pay $29.99 to watch it. Is that reasonable or unreasonable?
Do you have it for the life of your Disney Plus subscription?
That's a good question.
That's what people are saying.
That's what people are saying. If that's true, yeah, it's worth it.
Yeah, I feel like it shouldn't be a rental price. Like, that feels like it should be a buy price.
That's a lot to rent a fucking movie. Look, that's fine if you get to keep it, but there's no guarantee you're gonna like it. You just paid $30 for some shit you don't like.
I gotta tell you, I'd have to see some reviews first before I'm hitting a $30 buy button on that.
You said what?
I'd have to see some reviews.
Yeah, I'm not buying outright because again, I don't know if I'm going to enjoy this.
Now, granted,
that's a lot of money for some shit that I'm not gonna like. Oh, that I'm possibly not like.
Now, granted,
keep it. I don't give a fuck if I'm gonna watch it once and be like, this is garbage. Let me get my money back.
Now, granted, we go to the movies and we pay money, and you take the dice.
Pay $30 for one ticket.
No, but if you but on a date, they hit you for a lot more than $30. Oh, well, I wanted to get popcorn. Why? Like, you don't need that.
It's bad for in your teeth.
Yeah, I hate popcorn. But look, if you got kids who really wanted to see this,
yeah,
$30 is not bad, man. It's not bad. I have to say, it looks really good.
Yeah,
it looks really great. I don't know that I'm going to pay $30 though.
I'm not.
I would pay $30 if it was a movie that I absolutely wanted to see.
All right, here's a better question.
You paying $30 for
Black Widow?
Not for Mulan.
No, not for Mulan, but for say like the new James Bond movie coming out.
Ooh.
Yes, I would.
Yeah, I knew you would. Sick fan.
I really want to see it.
Yeah.
That new Black Widow movie? Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, $30 for that. I'm probably gonna do it. See, and you know the fucked up thing is, we don't live in a moment where you can just invite your friends over, right? You just be like, all right, yo, I'll pay for the pay-per-view. Y'all get the pizza or whatever, and for $30
you can invite your friends. You got to take a fucking test first.
I'm like,
you invite your friends over. You just gotta wear muzzles over your face.
Test for COVID, and then get your fucking results back in 7 days because apparently we can't get instant tests because we're not.
Well, the more testing we do, Terrence, the more people get infected. Right. Yeah. Have you seen these bar graphs? Have you seen these childish bar graphs I have? It's a fucking idiot.
I heard the masks give it to you.
That guy's a cunt. He is.
I want to punch him in his face.
He's so stupid.
Like, especially when I heard the shit that he did with his fucking staff.
Come on into the room. Let me tell you how I have COVID.
Let me go ahead and announce that I have COVID. But you got to be in the room for me to tell you. Yeah, like my response to that would be like, I'm gonna get tested because of this, and I'm gonna come back and beat your ass. I'm gonna fuck you up. Like, even if I don't have it, I'm gonna fuck you up because you put me at risk.
Have you ever taken the COVID test?
Nah, not yet.
It's not fun. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it's not fun. They put that long Q-tip.
Big fucking Q-tip down your throat, in your nose.
They put it up your nose until they hit your throat.
Yeah, that doesn't sound fun.
No. And
they don't have any other tests? They don't have any other ways to test? Because that seems ridiculous.
Not as accurate, I guess. I don't know. Take your life at risk, I guess. But it's a little weird. It's a little weird because they put it there, like the woman, because I had a test done, and the woman put it in my nose, and I was like, oh, okay, this is not so bad. And she was like, okay.
Wow,
She was like, okay, we're going all the way. I was like, whoa, we're not there yet? Like, and then you could literally feel it touch your throat, and then she holds it there for 10 seconds. And then slowly turns it to come out.
Test your gag reflex?
Your eyes water immediately. Immediately. It does not feel great. It's not like some people are like, it's the worst thing. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it is not. I'm not signing up to do that for a good time. Like it's not something I need to ever do again.
Yeah, I would have to fuck that nigga up, man.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
You up.
Like it's no big
and
deal.
I would tell him, I'm going to fuck you up. You better fire me. I'll come back, I'm going to punch you in your face because you put me in danger. Come
on into my office with poor circulation so I can tell you I have a communicable disease while not wearing a mask. Come on.
And keep in mind, you're not allowed to wear masks.
Right, yeah, he didn't allow us staff to wear masks.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I'm like, he just have to fire me. Like, why would you do that?
Because you're
why would you subject yourself to that?
Because you work for him. You're already an idiot. You think Louis Gohmert has the best and the brightest people working for him? No, they're dumb too.
I guess. Yeah, but my
morons.
It still stands. I'm gonna fuck you.
Yeah, no, we gotta fight. We definitely gotta fight.
That's not gonna be a fight. I'm gonna fuck you.
Oh no, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure you could beat Louis Gohmert within an inch of his life. That doesn't. There's a difference
between a fight and just me fucking him.
Yeah. Whoa! Why are you hitting me? So $29. Yeah, I think $29.99. While seeming like an expensive price for a movie I'm really excited for, like Black Widow. Yeah, I'm hard pressed to not buy that. That feels like something I'm probably gonna do. Because I want to support it. I don't want to. I don't want to just pirate it, right? I definitely would want to support it. You spending $30 for Tenet?
Do I get to keep it?
Yeah, all these scenarios you keeping it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that feels fair to me. I don't think you're getting Tenet on streaming ever, like until that is in the movie theater, which I think is bullheaded at this point. I think it's really stupid.
Well, that sounds like Christopher Nolan. Like I like that guy's movies and all, but like
yeah, he
tends to get up his own ass about shit.
Yeah, absolutely. So I guess the question is, how much money do you think Mulan's going to make? So it's only going to be available in the U.S., Canada, New Zealand, Australia, and many Western European countries.
They have 60 million subscribers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Say half of the subscribers buy it. What is that?
Half? You think it's half?
Yeah, say 30 million people buy it at $30. How much money is that? Actually legitimately buy it.
I cannot imagine. Like, that's a lot of money. That's like $900 million, isn't it? Like I don't imagine it gets
$900 million.
I don't. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I don't think it's going to be that high.
Yeah. Oh, like a quarter of them. Like 60 million subscribers. Again, we don't know how they.
Let's say it's 10 million subscribers. Let's say it's 10 million. That's $300 million.
$300 million. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Considering it's not in a movie theater.
Look, this is the litmus test, right?
Because Mulan's a serious ass movie.
I'm gonna need people to go out and buy this thing, because if this movie makes a bunch of money, Hollywood is gonna do what Hollywood does.
They're gonna get that money,
and they're gonna be like, "Oh, this idea works. Well, then let open the flight. Hey, everybody, here you go." They don't like movie theaters anyway.
No, they hate the theater. They hate having to pay 50% of what they make. Fuck no, they ain't giving to them. Fuck those people. Like if they could get away with making a ton of money for a good year and cutting out movie theaters, oh, they'll do it. They don't care. They don't.
How much did Trolls make? That Trolls
$100 million.
And how much was that?
$20?
$20?
I think $20. Now, granted, Trolls 2 is nowhere.
Trolls is not Mulan.
Right. And Trolls is not Black Widow or Tenet. I think you could probably get $400 or $500 million from a Black Widow. I think you could.
Yeah, it's a Marvel movie.
It's a Marvel movie, man. And people ain't seen shit since Endgame. I think people will be pretty excited. Or since Spider-Man? Yeah, since Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man.
Yeah, I think you could get $400 or $500 million. Mulan will be the test. It might be the test. Here's the thing, though.
They're probably doing it on purpose. This is their test.
Yeah.
They're gonna do it for Mulan.
Yep. So, but here's the thing. I might just get Mulan just so I can help get the numbers up. I might be willing to spend $30 so I could see Black Widow before I die. I mean, for real. I don't want to give him $30. I mean, I wanted to see Mulan, but I was trying to see it on a screener. Like, I wasn't trying to pay for it.
Yeah, I don't want to go pay for that movie. I don't really care about Mulan how much it looks cool. But
it looks cool, right? I've never even seen the original cartoon. So, I like that it doesn't have any of the music. Good. I don't want to watch a musical. I just want to see a badass Chinese woman kick
Especially
ass.
a musical where people can't sing. Like, that's the thing with these Disney remakes. Like, nobody can sing. You talked about Hamilton and all those people having beautiful singing voices. Yeah, that's because they're in musical theater. You know who wasn't in musical theater? Will Smith.
You don't know that.
But he didn't sing.
He had a song.
He had a song.
He ain't singing that. Well, ugh, gross, gross.
I didn't hate Aladdin.
I haven't seen it.
Will Smith was just weird. Just weird casting.
Fair enough. What the fuck brought to you by JTD? Micah, take it away.
A family buy stomach-churning, glow-in-the-dark pieces of sushi.
What?
A family got
Chernobyl.
A family got the shock of their lives when they took home a box of sushi to eat, only to see it glow bright blue in the dark after allegedly becoming infected with fluorescent bacteria. Last Tuesday, a 58-year-old and her son, a 21-year-old, had just returned home with boxes of sushi, which they consume regularly, when they noticed that some of the pieces of shrimp glowed an unnatural blue in low-light areas. Even after boiling the pieces of sushi, the unnatural glow remained. So the pair shot a video showcasing the bizarre blue color of shrimp. Then the woman's son ate one of them because
some people just don't think.
I like how all three of us had the exact same
Why hey, this shrimp is glowing a strange color. I bet I should eat it. Like,
First of all,
did you think you're getting superpowers? What the fuck is wrong with you?
fucking radioactive shrimp. What are you gonna call Aquaman? Here's the thing. You said that they bought the shrimp and they got it home and it started glowing. So their first inclination was to boil it to try to get rid of the glowing. I'm like, well, this is radioactive or whatever. I'd have threw that shit outside.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even have put it in my trash can.
Yeah, no.
What the fuck is wrong with it? He's like, let's boil it to see if we can get rid of the glow and then eat it. I don't even.
This is China.
Right?
This is China.
Is it China?
It is not China.
Oh, this is sushi. Japan.
It's not Japan. No, it is Thailand.
I don't know what's going the fuck on over there. That's a wild move. Yo, this shit is glowing, son. Nah, but boil it first. Like, what? Yo, come on.
Why did you eat it, yo?
Why would you do that? That's the first question from the hospital. Why would you do that? Like, what is wrong with you?
They have a video, right? Like, they're showing the video, and it's literally like Like, if you have one of them glow in the dark toys that you got to charge up the glow with light and shit.
Yeah, wow.
Like, it's a real bright
Yeah.
blue, too.
Yo, I'm not eating. Did they eat the rest of the sushi?
I wouldn't be surprised. Look, later on in the video at about
No, what? Come on. Yo, come on. This is not real.
At about 33 seconds, you see the rest of the sushi in the box. Yo, that's the grossest looking sushi I've ever seen in my entire life. Is that supposed to be salmon or tuna? Why is it brown? Neither one of those things are brown.
You don't know that.
I do know that.
Yeah, this is like Costco sushi. This is super sketchy.
Yo,
Okay, that is
so...
Yo, it's day glow. Like my
No,
nigga,
listen,
they look like they could have taken this sushi to a fucking 90s rave and just
Yeah, to a rave and just started flinging the shrimp around and shit.
This is wild.
Normally, the seafood can be contaminated with fluorescent bacteria, but they are eradicated by heat in the cooking process. But in sushi, the seafoods are mostly uncooked, so they should be kept in very low temperatures to limit the bacteria, says a typical Thai person with a last name that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 syllables.
Is this the one that starts with a D?
Yeah.
Do not try to read that.
No, I am not.
Den
What-
dong dendang borapant. Dinduang borapant? Sure.
I believe the shrimps on the sushi might not have been kept under sufficiently low temperature. which
No
caused
shit,
the amount of
didn't do
bacteria.
Dorapant. Jesus Christ. I think it might not have been kept safe. But my son tried it. You fucking idiot. Yo, who sees Dayglow sushi like, I'm gonna eat that?
Oh shit!
You gotta be
It's
a
like looking at that three-eyed fish from The Simpsons. It was like, you know what? Fuck it. Oh,
That's more fish for me, really. Jesus Christ. All right, Terrence.
I've never had raw shrimp. Was that shrimp?
Yeah.
that was shrimp. I've never had raw shrimp.
No, and I'm never going to. And I'm not eating it if it's blue. That seems like a bad idea.
This man's penis fell off due to sepsis, so doctors grew a new one on his arm.
America.
I don't even know where it's at. Malcolm
Maybe on
McDonald
his-
lost his genitalia to a severe infection and now sports a bionic penis on his left forearm.
Are they planning on removing it and putting it on his dick area?
Yeah.
All right.
Don't people
Was the infection? Did it make his penis blue?
I hope so.
And did a little tie? You know what?
Yeah, you're an asshole. Yeah. you're a real asshole.
Nope. I'm not going to finish that at all.
After a
That
mechanic.
little Thai boy should have said.
Yeah, the fuck did that nigga eat blue?
I don't understand.
Why didn't his parent tell him not to do so?
No, they were probably like,
'Cause-
nah, you try first. I ain't going to eat it first. You the kid.
I'm the parent. You do what I tell
I
you.
paid for it. You got sushi money? No, then go and eat it.
Wow. After mechanic lost his penis, medical innovators fashioned him a replacement out of his existing tissue, and it now rests on his left forearm. 45-year-old Malcolm McDonald suffered from a perineum infection, which led to a severe case of sepsis in 2014. Wow, which spread to his extremities, turning his fingers and toes black.
Oh.
Then it began to also affect his genitalia. When I saw my penis go black, I was beside myself. That seems to be the proper
It was
response.
so big.
Chicks were knocking on my door for the first time.
Oh, man.
That would be horrifying. Like as a white guy, like your shit just turns black. I'd be like, yo, there is a problem. Like
Like when they say black, it means black.
Yeah, they don't mean
My
they don't mean like a black fella in a porn.
Oh, they don't mean like the watermelon man.
Nah, that's not how it's gonna work out for him.
McDonald told the Sun it was like a horror film. I knew deep down it was gone and I was going to lose it. And one day it just dropped off onto the floor.
Yo.
Nigga, I would lose my fucking mind.
Why did they put it on his arm?
Where else you gonna put it?
What the fuck?
Yeah, you don't have an answer. You don't have an answer, exactly.
Nah, yo, nah.
Yo, my question is not why they put it on his arm. Why this nigga just rocking a short? He just rolling the sleeve up, just letting the shit, just letting the shit dangle like, wow, nigga.
This is indecent exposure, nigga.
I thought when I saw this story originally and I saw the image, I thought it was from The Onion. I was like, this isn't real. It can't be real.
It's from Men's Health. Any guesses?
I already opened the story.
Yeah, me too. Is this U.S.?
It's United Kingdom.
United Kingdom. Okay.
Wow.
So
okay. McDonald says his life fell apart until he was referred to Professor David Ralph, a urologist at University College London Hospital who specializes in penile reconstruction surgery.
Wow.
What a thing.
Why is that giving him that many jobs to do? Like, that's sad.
Wow. The original intention was for the new penis to be surgically reattached to his groin in 2018, 2 years after the original procedure. However, due to various scheduling issues, illness, and more recently widespread delays caused by the coronavirus pandemic, McDonald's new penis has been on his arm for the last 4 years. Yo, come on.
4 years?
Come on.
He got a girlfriend or
not?
not?
Looks like it might be staying put for the foreseeable future.
Nah. You gotta do something. Come on, that's crazy.
4 years? With that shit just hanging off his fucking forearm? Come on, yo. No.
Nah, I'd be like, look, mask up, my nigga. You gotta take this, you gotta get this dick and put it where my dick used to be. My question is, dude,
that is really rough.
My question is, what does it look like? Like, is it close to like a regular looking dick? Or is it just like a weird skin phallus?
Like a skin tag?
Yeah, like, ugh.
That just went horribly wrong.
So he's just got a dick hanging off his arm.
By the way, this
for
mosaic,
4 years.
This mosaic seems mighty generous. Come on, guy. Come on.
That's funny.
But the thing is, how did they grow a dick on his arm? Like specifically a penis.
Right. And not, I don't know, another hand.
How does that happen?
I don't know. Maybe it's like the skin is like they form it into a tube, right? Like it's like making a sausage, basically.
Because a dick is not just skin.
No, it's got other things in there.
Right. It's like it's cartilage and shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Fucking science, yo.
That's not a real penis, man.
So here's my question.
Ain't gonna help nothing.
I think it's better than what he has.
Is it? What does he have now?
It fell off, my nigga. Like,
yeah,
that's it.
I think he's rocking the Ken doll look. Right?
Yeah, I mean, he's got to have somewhere to piss, but like,
I think I might kill myself.
Nah, yeah, I'm rocking the dick arm for 4 years before I'm throwing myself in front of a train. Like, nah.
I don't know, man. If it just falls off.
In that moment, I would imagine I would be mentally very vulnerable. I will say,
off, you know? Come on, that would be traumatizing.
Yeah, it would be pretty catastrophic.
That is a trauma that I don't know if I would be able to get over.
I mean, fair enough.
Just wake up in the middle of the night.
What the fuck?
In a cold sweat. Oh, that shit really happened. That's horrible, yeah.
My question is this: do you, when growing the forearm replacement dick, do you go back to the normal size that you had?
Apparently not.
Or
this mosaic.
or do you jack up the numbers a little bit?
No, you gotta. I mean, look, if you're going through the trouble to chia pet
Yo,
your dick,
you
you
gotta go big and go home.
Yeah, yo.
Yeah, I feel like if this poor guy was like, oh, that was about 5 inches, I'd be like, nah. Let me tell you something. I watched a lot of videos over the years, Doc. I'm gonna need you to throw 3 extra on there. Like, help a brother out. If I gotta grow this thing on my arm, let me walk around like the man with my weird skin tag 9-foot penis. Like, whatever. Like, come on. Yeah, I guess that mosaic is wild, dude. That's super
Just
wild.
hanging off his arm, yo.
How does he keep it normally? Like, does he fold it back? It's like, wow. Or does it go forward? I don't know. Does he have to tape it?
Function with
Like,
that
does he tape?
kinda-
He must have to tape it, right? Like, you got to tape it down, or like where you got to wear a
Like,
weird
if you got a hard
armband.
on, like, you gotta put it in your fucking waistband. So he just uses the sleeve to keep it up. Like, how does this work? Yo?
He just puts a book in front of it. It's
Like,
not big deal.
I can't picture this. Yo. I can't picture walking around with a dick on my arm for 4 years.
He's trying to put it in your waistband. That's fucking funny. It's true.
Like when it gets hard, does he like do the Wolverine?
Oh man, that's a super wild situation. Does he have a girlfriend or a wife?
Maybe.
How do you explain that? Like, you're out on a date and she's like, oh,
How do you do it? How do you do it?
what is it? The sprinkler dance? Like, I guess that's what you do. Like, what other options do you have?
Is it like a wrestling low blow, like a Ric Flair low blow?
This is all terrible. Yo.
It is, and I pray this never happens to anyone we know. And I feel sorry for this guy. But like, I would be like, look, COVID be damned. We gotta get this done. Everybody mask up.
At this point,
Nah, you gotta mask up. Everybody get a test. Let's go. Let's get this dick off my arm and in between my legs, so I can live the rest of my life.
Such a crazy fucking story, man.
It's a super crazy story.
He couldn't put it anywhere else, like on his thigh or something, closer to the fucking kill zone. Like, come on, like, what the fuck is that? That's so weird.
Closer to the kill zone.
What's so special about the arm? The skin on his arm.
There must be something special about that.
I guess.
So my story, it's all about these secret seeds that are being sent from China. So apparently people are receiving strange seeds in the mail, and they're being told that they're jewelry, and then they open the package and it's actually seeds. Some dummies are actually planting them. I wonder what it is. Don't do that, you moron. But apparently they could be an invasive plant, or they could also have like insects in them that would just like devastate the United States agriculture, which is kind of interesting. This feels like something out of a book, but yeah, apparently it is really happening. I don't even know what the fuck part is, besides like people who think it's a good idea to plant random things that they get in the mail. Like, no, I'm not.
Is it
not
like
gonna do that.
Randomly,
like
like
a-
they didn't pay for anything. Like they just
Right.
get shit in the mail.
Yeah, they just get it in the mail.
Does it have like a Chinese return address?
I guess so. Yeah.
Because with the racism, like the anti-Asian racism that is rampant now, what?
How do you know
Why
it's
would
really
you-
from there?
Like, why would you? I don't know. Americans are dumb,
Yeah.
They're really dumb.
But it could also, I mean, they say it's from China. Maybe it's not from China, right? Like maybe someone's figured out a way to route things through China, to try to blame the Chinese. Who knows? Yeah. I don't know. It's a really weird thing, but yeah, apparently they have to tell people not to plant random things they get in the mail. Like, I mean, if people are eating Dayglow sushi, I guess, anything is possible. Trailers this week. The first one is for I'm Thinking About Ending Things. This is a new Charlie Kaufman movie coming to Netflix in September. I think September 4th. This is seemingly a very weird movie. Do you guys watch Charlie Kaufman movies? Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, Being John Malkovich, Adaptation. Any of those?
I haven't, but seeing this makes me want to revisit or visit those because this looks delightfully weird.
Yeah, Kaufman does. His movies are always sort of surreal. I feel like, Terrence, you would probably really like this. This kind of feels like a movie you would probably get a kick out of.
Because I was looking at it like, what the fuck is this?
But they're all weird. Yeah, but they're all weird, and they're all like sort of like internally confusing kind of films to like the protagonist. Like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind is probably one of my favorite movies of all time. It's about like it's with Jim Carrey and I can't remember her name. I forget. But and they break up, and I guess he's reliving like their relationship, or they're reliving their relationship, like, and he's having like this kind of breakdown in like these dreams, and they have these like crazy sequences of like scene transitions of things like conversations they had, but like in a dream you remember like kind of half of it. Noise is like fucked up, backgrounds like are partially there and not there. Like Kaufman does some really super interesting shit. Like he's really a talented director. Like, so if you've never seen his stuff, I would highly recommend Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, and definitely Being John Malkovich is another great movie. But they're all weird. All of them are weird. And this, I mean, this is right in line with that. Next up, Ratchet. This is the prequel to One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, all about Nurse Ratchet, who's a very famed villain in that film. This one is starring Sarah Paulson. What do you guys think of this?
Yeah, this looks really good, man. I'm into white women being who they really are. It is it looks very, very good.
Yeah, I think Sarah Paulson is a very good actress, actually.
She is. Like, she plays characters that really make you fucking hate her.
Yeah,
Sarah
she's good
Paulson,
at it.
She's very good at it.
So, I mean, if you've ever seen One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Nurse Ratchet is a fucking psychopath, and she is a horrendous person. So this giving more depth to that character would be pretty interesting to watch. So, highly interested. Next up, Judas and the Black Messiah. This one just came out right before we started. This is the Shaka King directed film starring Daniel Kaluuya. This is about Fred Hampton, who I don't think gets enough shine as sort of the standard bearer in the latter half of the Black Panthers time, about his story. Do you guys know Fred Hampton's story at all?
Very little.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, it's really fascinating because one, this is produced by Ryan Coogler, by the way. His story is interesting from the perspective of, like, the police literally just assassinated him, like, straight up. Like, it's not a speculation. They literally built a replica of his apartment and practiced for weeks in how to raid it and kill him, and they did while he was asleep. Which is horrendous. But what makes it that much more horrendous is to know who Fred Hampton was. Like, when people say, like, oh, the Black Panthers hated white people, like, you can even watch in the trailer, like, they really hated them when Hampton came around, because he was like, we're just going to go to like Appalachia and get poor white people to join up with us and build a coalition of poor people to fight against injustice. And they were like, whoa, that's unacceptable. Like they weren't trying to, like the Black Panther Party had just expanded into something that was far more dangerous to the status quo, but it wasn't about like necessarily violence or like or racism. It was actually bringing people together.
Fucking 21.
Yeah, he was very young. He was very, very young.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. If you've never seen, I think it's a documentary called Black Panther's Vanguard of the Revolution. That's a documentary. I highly recommend that because it deals with Fred Hampton quite a bit too. But this looks really good. And it also has Lakeith Stanfield in it, who's always great and everything. So, yeah, I'm very excited to see that. And it'll be in theaters eventually.
No.
Good luck with that. But,
yeah. So 2022, everybody. All right. Any parting words before we get out of here?
Nope.
All right. Welcome back, Terrence.
Thank you.
All right.
21 years old. Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah.
ACAB.
Yeah. Agreed.
Pretty much.
Yeah. On that note, good night. All right. We'll see you guys. Bye.
You're watching the Nerdpocalypse YouTube channel. Make sure you click that button to subscribe and check out our weekly podcast where we talk about movie, TV, news, tech, and weird stories from around the internet.